Hi guys, this is BB Chess Channel. Today we'll see a game between an Indian chess grandmaster and another former world chess champion, Viswanathan Anand, and Dutch chess grandmaster Ivan Sokolov. The game was played on S.W.I.F.T 92 chess tournament in Brussels in 1992, that's rapid time format. Anand white pieces, Sokolov black. Let's have a look. Anand plays e4, c5 Sicilian defense, knight f3, a6, d4. The main line is just to capture on d4, which Sokolov does. C captures d4, knight captures d4, a6, knight to c3, d6, a4, knight f6, Scheveningen variation of Sicilian defense, bishop e2, knight b d7, and this is a first inaccuracy. Black could move that knight to d7, attacking the white knight, and even if white knight would capture this, you can just recapture by pawn and everything's alright. And white castles kingside, knight c5, attacking the e4 pawn twice, so bishop f3, defending the pawn, bishop e7, g3, making room for your bishop, and black castles. Bishop g2, queen c7, bishop e3, preparing pushing pawn on f4, but a bit better was just to push your pawn before you moved your bishop, and rook to b8, finally f4, rook e8. And engine marks this move as inaccuracy, but it was simply just move your rook to d8 or simply h6. And now Anand wants to break up the center and plays e5, so d takes on d5, f takes on d5, and knight f to d7. And of course you can't grab your pawn on e5 because then you're gonna lose your rook. So now you can move your queen to h5, and after exchange the queens you're losing exchange. So after black plays knight f to d7, now the magic starts, and Viswanathan plays the best move in position and sacrifice his rook on f7. What's the plan now? The best continuation recommended by engine is to grab the e4 pawn by your knight, but then bishop f4, pinning your knight, and you can't also move your bishop from e7 because your queen will be under attack. So you can play, for example, bishop d7, but then rook takes on e7, rook takes, and the queen e2. And now your knight on e5 is lost. After some random move like, let's say, rook to c8, you can just grab the knight, and now white is much better. In the game, king accepted the rook on f7, so queen h5 check, king f8, and rook f1 check. And now you can move your king to g8, as this would be a checkmate, as queen f7 check, king has to go to h8, queen takes rook on e8 with check, and now you need to block this by your knight or bishop. So let's say rook takes knight, bishop takes, and queen takes, checkmate. You have to block this by your knight or bishop on f3, but then pawn takes, bishop takes pawn on f6, and now there's another unexpected move made by Anand, knight d to b5, offering free knight on b5. Sokolov takes, and Anand takes pawn on b5, but this was not the best continuation. Better was, for example, bishop takes on c5 check. And now you need to block this by your rook, because if your king gonna move to g8, then you're gonna lose your rook, and that would be a checkmate. So after blocking this, knight takes on b5, attacking your queen, and there's no really good move for your queen, as you need to keep an eye on your rook, which is not defended. Also your bishop on f6 is pinned by your rook, and there's also threat of taking a pawn on h7, and the position is lost. You might give up your queen by taking a bishop on c5, but then queen takes queen and the game's lost. But okay, Anand decided to play knight takes pawn on b5 and queen d7, but better was, for example, queen to f7, just hoping exchange the queens. But even after exchange, king has to recapture, and then you're gonna fork the king and the rook on e8. After queen d7, Anand finally takes a pawn on h7, queen e7, rook takes on f6 check, queen takes on f6, bishop takes knight on c5 with check, rook blocks on e7, queen h8 check, and now you have to just one square for your king, which is f7, and knight d6 check. And in this position, black resigned. What was the reason? Simply checkmate in 11 moves. Let's see, black is on check, so king g6, then bishop e4 check, queen f5 blocking this, so you can take the queen straight away, or you can just play g4, and now queen cannot take your bishop as queen h5 check, king f6, and then you're gonna grab your queen with checkmate on e4. So after g4, king f6, knight takes on f5, e takes on f5, queen f8 check, rook f7 blocking, queen d6 check, bishop e6 blocking, g takes on f5, rook e7, f takes on e6, g6, bishop d4 check, king g5, queen g3 check, king h5, bishop f3 check, king h6, and then finally queen h4 checkmate, and the game is over. Thank you for watching. If you like the content of this video, please subscribe my channel and feel free to leave some comments below. Bye now.